In a whirlwind of events sweeping across Canada, from heartwarming fan moments to serious community concerns, the news landscape is as vibrant and varied as the country itself, drawing you in with stories that make you pause, cheer, and sometimes question what's next. Picture this: even the tiniest patients at Royal Victoria Hospital are proudly donning the iconic blue and white of the Toronto Blue Jays, a delightful nod to local pride in Barrie. But here's where it gets interesting. How does a sports team unite people of all ages, even in the face of health challenges? Diving into local updates from Barrie, a fresh video captures a dramatic chase where a police vehicle collides with a fleeing SUV after a failed home invasion in Markham. Meanwhile, authorities are on the hunt for 3 individuals sought nationwide following a fatal shooting incident in Toronto. These stories highlight the ongoing efforts to maintain safety in our communities, but they also raise questions about law enforcement tactics. Do you think tougher measures are the answer, or is there a better way forward? Shifting gears to Vancouver, the city has called off its All Souls event at a cemetery due to financial constraints, sparking debates on prioritizing cultural traditions versus budget realities. And this is the part most people miss. In Surrey, a haunted house operation is wrapping up its final year with a heartfelt tribute to a teenager tragically killed in a police-related incident, blending Halloween thrills with somber reflection on justice and loss. From Calgary, a resident faces drug-related charges amid an investigation triggered by an overdose fatality, underscoring the opioid crisis gripping many families. Tragically, a major highway closure near Brooks, Alberta, stems from a severe accident that has disrupted travel. On the economic front, the Public Service Alliance of Canada warns that the federal budget might result in up to 70,000 job losses in the public sector. Imagine the ripple effects on everyday services like healthcare and education. Yet, in Ottawa, Toronto Blue Jays supporters are buzzing with excitement over a potential World Series victory on home turf, proving sports can uplift spirits even amid broader uncertainties. In Montreal, over 200 Quebec physicians are applying to practice in Ontario and New Brunswick as a form of protest against a contentious new pay law, illustrating the tensions in healthcare workforce management. Santa Cabrini Hospital temporarily halted operations in its surgical rooms due to a power outage, reminding us of how vulnerable critical infrastructure can be. For those interested in real estate, Edmonton showcases 5 of the priciest homes available in rural Sturgeon County this October, each a testament to the growing demand for luxurious country living. Additionally, provincial assistance payments to families impacted by a teachers' strike have commenced, providing some relief during educational disruptions. Heading to the Atlantic region, Halifax police are probing a homicide case involving a 70-year-old man found injured in a North End residence. In Nova Scotia, a wanted woman from Shelburne County has been apprehended by the RCMP. Winnipeg residents are being encouraged to dial 311 to combat arson issues, a proactive step toward community safety. And in a nostalgic twist, a Winnipeg local is seeking help to identify faces in an old VHS tape from a family vacation. Ever stumbled upon forgotten memories like that? Regina glows with Halloween spirit in our photo feature highlighting creative decorations around the city. Meanwhile, a driver has been charged with dangerous driving after evading police. In Kitchener, a 15-year-old faces charges following a crash in North Dumfries that seriously injured minors, prompting discussions on youth and road safety. On a lighter note, an 11-year-old Ontario rapper has crafted a tribute song to the Toronto Blue Jays, showcasing young talent and fandom. Saskatoon sees a former police officer charged in connection with an off-duty assault, raising eyebrows about accountability in law enforcement. Saskatchewan police are vigilantly monitoring both World Series festivities and Halloween events to ensure smooth celebrations. In Northern Ontario, a report reveals a flawed school board's mishandling of delays in building a new school in Parry Sound, while renters express worries over potential changes to their rights under new legislation, topics that could spark heated debates on education funding and housing policies. London is gearing up for major construction in the village of Fingal, promising tore-up roads starting Monday, but with $50 million in extra funding for rural municipalities. It's a mix of short-term hassle and long-term benefit. Barrie reports successful drug raids in Orillia and Ramara that uncovered illicit substances and weapons, and new mandates for carbon monoxide detectors aim to enhance home safety. Windsor deals with a man arrested for allegedly stealing $100,000 worth of UGG shoes, alongside a spooky event called Chills on Chilver that's giving back to the community. Vancouver Island rabbit owners are on alert after detecting signs of a highly contagious disease. Elections BC proposes extending campaign periods by 3 days while cautioning against child donors in political fundraising. Multiple complaints have arisen regarding a Metro Vancouver mobile mechanics practices. And controversially, the Supreme Court will decide on November 6 whether to review a case involving BC ostriches, a quirky legal battle that might make you wonder, should animal rights extend this far? Globally, a French minister pledges advanced anti-intrusion systems for the Louvre following a report on security oversights after a heist. In the US, a federal judge has blocked former President Trump from mandating citizenship proof on federal voting forms, fueling ongoing debates on election integrity. Politically, an exploitative trucker loophole is slated for reform in the upcoming budget, while data indicates a slump in political donations post-election. A former refugee fears she might not have been able to remain in Canada under a proposed border bill, highlighting immigration policy sensitivities. In business news, Blue Jays enthusiasts are reveling in World Series success, but how durable is this economic boost? Trump's nuclear reactor initiative sparks safety worries. Cenovus Energy announced a $1.29 billion profit for Q3, surpassing last year's $820 million thanks to increased production. Health updates reveal that over half of assessed students in Ottawa and Toronto lack current vaccination records, per public health officials. A report shows broad support for advance requests for medical assistance in dying, made before losing decision-making capacity, a topic that often divides opinions on end-of-life choices. The US FDA has confirmed recalls of blood pressure medication contaminated with a cancer-causing substance, urging vigilance in personal health. Entertainment buzz includes Jersey Shore star Snooki exploring Canada's haunted spots in a new Crave series. Billie Eilish urges billionaires to donate their wealth shortly after her own major contribution. Sean Diddy Combs has been transferred to a federal U.S. prison to begin his sentence. Sports highlights feature the Forge and Cavalry FC playoff rivalry with a Canadian Premier League championship spot at stake. Hai-Jin Choi extends her 5-stroke lead after 2 rounds at the LPGA Malaysia event. A Blue Jays fan recounts crashing Joe Carter's iconic 1993 World Series field celebration. Lifestyle notes, a solid gold toilet is auctioning with a $10 million starting bid. A bride-to-be is racing to reschedule her wedding after Hurricane Melissa disrupted plans, proving love conquers all. South Asian music influences continue to resonate globally, from India and Pakistan to the diaspora. On climate and environment, Canada kicks off investments under a G7 agreement to stockpile essential minerals. Black vultures are migrating northward, attacking livestock, climate change as a potential driver. Floods in central Vietnam have claimed 13 lives, with rescue efforts ongoing. Finally, in SCI Tech, a monkey's escape in Mississippi offers insight into the secretive realm of animal research. China launches astronauts and mice on its space station mission. Scientists advance toward detecting pregnancy in ancient skeletons. These headlines weave a tapestry of Canada's pulse, exciting, concerning, and thought-provoking. But here's the controversial twist, with issues like job cuts, police accountability, and end-of-life decisions, who decides what's right for our society? Do you agree that sports like the World Series can distract from deeper problems, or do they unite us in ways policy can't? Share your thoughts in the comments, let's debate.